Right, it is super early. You might look, you might tell I look a bit this morning. Basically, I had a bit of a late night last night. We went round a friend's house for some dinner and didn't get back till late. And now I'm up, look, really early. Look, there's the sun rising. It's really early. I'm going down to ted the hay. I'm actually, excuse me, I'm actually doing it earlier than I probably should do because the dew's still on the ground, but because it's pretty hot, I'm not worried about that. That's going to burn off. The main thing about tedding is it's about turning over the grass, so that the grass that hasn't been exposed to the sun will, let's get through that gate. The grass that hasn't been exposed to the sun will get the sun the next day or today. So even though the grass itself will be damp from the dew, that'll fry off because it's going to be scorching hot today. I can tell that now. It's a lovely time of day. Do you know what? This time of year, getting up at 6 o'clock or whatever, I was up at 5:30 this morning. That's not an issue, is it? Anyone can get up at this time of day. In fact, it's the best time of day to be up. So we're going to head on down to, I might only ted one of the fields because the other crop is so light that I think I can get away with just leaving that, and it's probably nearly fit to bale. The one I'm doing now, it's not going to be fit, and it might be fit tomorrow. Anyway, so I got an issue with the Matty. Let's have a look. Look, charge lights on. So I can report that me and Harry will be doing some more Dad and Harry mechanics soon. The alternator on this thing's not working. I've had someone test it because I didn't know whether it was the battery or whether it was the alternator. And the alternator's knackered, it's not putting out enough charge, so I bought a new one. And me and Harry will be fitting a new alternator. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, we're nearly at the field now, we'll have a quick look. Here we are. Here we go. Let's get out and have a quick look at this. So as I said, it's damp on top. It's a bit damp, but underneath, not too bad. So we'll be flipping all this. As I said earlier, ideally you wouldn't do it this time of day, but I've got a lot on today. I've got another piece of grass to mow actually. I'm trying to do everything at once. I had the bales done. So I'll just sort of explain. Although I'm showing you stuff on video of haymaking and silage bale making and stuff, I don't show it all because realistically I don't want to keep filming the same thing. I mean, this is one lot of hay. I'm not filming the other bit of hay I'm cutting just because it's just repetitive. You don't want to see everything the same. So there's a lot of things going on that you don't see. I'm whirling this sort of big plate of, I'm spinning a lot of plates as it were. So while I'm turning it, I'm tedding this, I'm then off to mow another piece. I don't want to mow that when it's wet, so I'm letting that dry out a bit. Get the damp off that. So I'm doing this bit first, going to that. This will be rode up maybe tomorrow, but I might be mowing another piece of grass for round bale hay, silage. So ultimately, I might not get down here to show the tedding or even the baling. It all depends how all these stars collide with what I'm doing. So you know, sometimes what you see on video is more to do with how I can fit it in my schedule as much as what I'm actually doing. Right, does that make sense? I think it does. Right. Oh, do you know what? It's lovely now. Look at this. Beautiful. The oak trees. Look at that. The old Massey. The old Massey, look. Let's have a look. There's the alternator. I'll just stop for 2 minutes and then I'm going to start. There's the alternator. A bit of a dodge. This is just not kicking out enough charge, so that's got to be changed. I think I've done it before. We've got to take these bolts off here to get that guard away. The fan belt is in behind there. There's a couple of bolts on there, that one there. There'll be another one down there. And that was, there might be one behind. I think if I remember correctly, there's one behind. It's a real difficult one to get off. So we'll be doing that at some point. That'll be a me and Harry job. So yeah, me and Harry mechanics, that's always fun. He's a funny little chap, isn't he, old Harry? Jack, you might have noticed Jack doesn't do a lot with me on the videos at the moment because we've entered in this teenage world of it's so unfair. And he'd rather stay inside for quite a lot of things. He does do stuff for me, but it's not always on video. Harry's not entered that world yet, so he's still keen to do stuff. But anyway, our plan is to do up a tractor at some point. Not quite yet. Right, let's go. Oh. Right. Sound of the Perkins. Oh, I forgot to take the got to take that off. Window because it's a bit loud. Right, I'm going to carry on with this. We'll have another look in a bit. I've got plenty to do. Right, done this little paddock. It's only a really tiny little bit. So I'm going to go into this bit here now. I'm squinting like this because the sun's right in my eye. Because it's early in the morning, it's now what? Oh. Yeah. Concentrate on what you're doing, Richard. Look, I got in too close to the hedge. Let's just reverse back. Oh. My fault, wasn't concentrating on what I was doing. Had the thing still on. I can see I've got a, right, let me just get through here. Right, I've got a time that's gone past where it should. Right, this is the problem, isn't it? I shouldn't have been videoing that, I should have been concentrating on what I was doing. Right, so, look at that one. That time there is gone. Can you see that? That's supposed to click down there and it's stuck there. See that? That's supposed to go like that. I can see, right. So what I'm gonna have to do is just, there you go. And there's another one there. Done the same. Right. Let's just get that underneath there. There we go. Should be right on the other side. You can see I've got some, while I'm just stopping, you can see I've got some tines broken. There's one broken there, and there's another one there. It doesn't, a couple missing like that don't really affect how this works, but if I lost too many I'd have to change the load, but I will do a video at some point changing it. Right, here we go. Right, let's get on with this then. Early morning, crack on. Charge light still on. Let's go. I think I'll do the headland last on here. Might put the camera on a tripod and get a little bit exterior shots. That sun is so bright in my eyes. Should have worn some shades. Woo. Now the interesting thing on this is that when you get near to when you're finishing tedding, when it's getting to the point of nearly fit, it's sometimes quite hard to see what you've actually done, because the difference between the old stuff you haven't turned over and the new stuff you turned over isn't that much. And I'm almost at that stage now, which tells me really it's nearly ready for baling. I'm pretty sure we're baling this tomorrow. Right, I just thought I'd stop here because I haven't finished, but I just thought I'd give you a chance. We'll have a look at this hay. As I was saying, when it gets to nearly being ready, there isn't a massive difference between what you're turning over and what you have turned over, and this is the hard bit when you're going down because you've got to see where you're going. So I thought I'd have a look. We can have a look. This is the hay. So here's one I did earlier, as they say. So here's the stuff I've turned over, and you can see it's not really very green. It's damp because of the dew on it, but I mean that's about as green as it gets. So there is a little bit of green there. This over here I haven't turned over yet. You can just see a difference. You can probably just about see a difference. That's turned over. That bit there is flatter, hasn't been turned over. So I'm flicking it over like that with the tedder. It's a bit green, but that'll burn. So I'm trying to get that dry, basically. I think I'm very lucky this year, so I've got a window of opportunity of dry weather that's looking good all this week. So I'm not rushing to bale this today. I think, do you know what, some years when you get a slightly kind of dodgy forecast, something like this, you might be thinking, crikey, I better bale that because it's going to be bad weather for the next days afterwards. But the gamble of that is you don't want to bale it too soon, because the problem is if you get too much damp in a bale and it goes into a hay barn, ultimately it can heat up and catch fire. So there is a risk if you bale too soon and you've got damp hay that it could be a catastrophe. My dad was always worrying about that when we used to make a hell of a lot of hay. In fact, he used to put in almost like little chimneys in the hay stack. So he'd have there was a tin topper that went round, corrugated iron round topper on this sort of chimney, and you basically, as you built the stack of hay, you'd leave an area, a vent area, to sort of let the hot air rise and the moisture get out, because it's the moisture in it that heats up and then suddenly spontaneously combust. So it's very important not to bale too soon. I think probably this could almost be baled today, probably this afternoon, but I'm going to leave it another day just to get it really pucker. I'm actually not going to, I think I'm not going to bother tedding the other field. The other field's a very light crop, and I think I'm just going to leave that. We might have a little walk out there now, but I think there's no point in tedding that one. It's just this one. So I'm going to crack on with this now. God, I feel a bit. It's Sunday, by the way, if you're wondering what day of the week it is. I've had a night out on a Saturday night out. Ooh, get my tripod out. Harry's going to come down and do a little bit of filming later, maybe. I'm going to get my tripod out and give you a little bit of exterior footage. How we love a bit of exterior, don't we, boys and girls? Right, I'm going to stick this on. Just get a little bit of me driving up and down so you can see from the outside what it looks like. Or I might just edit a bit in Harry did the other day. Let's have a look. Anyway, crack on. Got a problem, big problem. Hydraulics packed in on the 265. Fuck, flipping heck. Flipping heck. Something's, I can hear some rattling down there. Something's happened. I know. Ha ha ha! Oh, what relief. I knocked that. Jeez. So, oh. Do you know what? I always have a sweat on, things go wrong and you... Oh. So what happened there is, on there's a little valve that was fitted when we have the loader on here, and you've got to switch that over to divert the hydraulic oil into the loader, which means the hydraulics on the back don't work. I must have knocked that with my welly. And when I climbed in and out, so that meant that the hydraulics at the back were stuck up. It's an interesting thing. I spend most of my life problem solving, and I'm not claiming to be any wizard or anything, believe me, I'm not. But it does make your brain working at how do we fix this straight away. So as soon as that wasn't working, my first thoughts were in my head, what do I do now? How do I sort this out? If I can't fix this, my thoughts were straight away, I'm going back, I'm going to take the mower off the McCormick. I'll have to put the McCormick on the tether there and get back down here. How quickly can I do that? That's probably about a half an hour turnaround. And then that means I've dropped the mower off, so it means for next time when I mow the next piece, it's going to be, I've got to flip it and swap it over. Because that's the beauty of having this tractor. It doesn't do a lot of work, but do you know what? I can leave this on the tether all summer, and that's lovely because it means I haven't got to swap a tractor over every time I've got to do something. So anyway, oh, what a relief. It's still working all right. Right. Crack on. stop at the top of here. This is my last time up and down and round and everything. We'll have a little look next door at the other field in a second, but I've nearly finished, thank goodness. Right, we're done. There you go, I was just latching that into transport. That was why when I came through the gate the thing swung across, and when I was coming back in, when I caught it, it was because I didn't bother putting it in transport, and so it was swinging from side to side. Once you put that thing in there, it's rock solid. Right, I've finished in here. I'm just driving up now, but I'm gonna walk over to the other field just to check it. But I'm 99% certain it won't be worth me heading that field. Cool. Look at these little narrow gateways. This is the problem with down here. We've got an issue with these gateways. It needs to be made wider, but the problem is there's a ditch through here and a gate, so it's not just a case of chopping the hedge back and making it wider. That gate post is off. Oh look, that's another job for another day. Let's go and have a look what we got down here. Walking down, there's the odd little cobwebs that show up in the dew. See the dew, you see how wet my feet are? Look, the grass is still very wet at this time of day. I mean, so what time is it now? 7:15. So I'm expecting this all to burn off within probably another hour or so. It's getting hot already. I can feel it. You know, it's actually a better time of day to do work. Midday on the farm in midsummer, it's too hot and you don't really feel like doing a lot. Of course, no aircon in that tractor. I am wearing a boiler suit though, so maybe I should have just taken that off. But the dew is still on the ground, but it won't be certainly by about 10 o'clock it'll all be burnt off. That grass there, realistically I probably could bale today, but it is Sunday. I got enough on. I'm milking this afternoon. I don't really start again. There was a quick battery malfunction then. You might have noticed I keep worrying about my batteries. The problem with these camcorders is the batteries are only that big. Can you see that? And I think as they get older, they don't hold their charge as well as they should do. I got 3 of these, and the problem is, so I swap them in when the battery goes, but the problem is I don't always remember to put them on charge. So the other day when I was down at the auction, I had one battery with me because the other 2 were flat, and I didn't film as much as I might have because it was like I was watching the battery warning light going. I was like, oh no, don't go flat on me. I got 3 of these. I might have to get some more, but it's a bit of a pain. But they're only tiny, see, so they won't hold a lot of charge. Right, we're back in the field. Here's the other crop. Look, it's very light. This is fit. This will be fit to bale today, I'm sure of this. It's just so light. You can see the difference in this crop and the other one. The other one was a lot more in the rows. If I flip this over, I don't think there'd be a lot of difference. I mean, it's been tedded. It's also been tedded a couple of times already. So I think with the heat of today, because it's so thin, it'll fry it all up. And it might go through the tedder tomorrow before we bale it. I might flip it tomorrow. But yeah, I'm not going to spend a little time on that because it's just such a thin crop. Right, let's go. Oh, look at this. Here's on the side of the field, like traditional hay meadow. Look, here's some meadow sweet. Look at this stuff. Can you see that? Lovely little flower. The bees love that. I can see something, but look, there's a bee buzzing buzzing there. You can smell that. It's got a very distinctive smell. If you're ever out and you smell sort of a very sweet smell in the air. Oh look. Do you know what feather that is, boys and girls? The pheasant feather there. So we got 2 bits of the countryside to finish the video with, which is nice. You know, as you know, I always like to finish on a little bit of nature. Right, let's get back. I'm getting back. I'm going to put the cows along. Going to go and mow that bit of hay. Crack on, everyone, crack on!